broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Get out right now. It's the end of you and me. Hey guys, what is up? You are here watching AfterBuzz TV, and I'm here with my lovely co-host for the Kocktails With Khloe Aftershow, and this is amazing Jojo that we are playing right now, and she is one of our guests. We'll get back to that after. I love her. So let's get into it. You can find me on Twitter at Justine DiVanna 3, so that's DIVANNA, and on Instagram at Let's Face It with Justine.
Hi guys, my name is Dakota T. Jones. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Laila Sandry.
Hi guys, I'm Samantha Benitz. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz.
Yeah, and just wanted to make a quick little thing over here. I actually did Layla's hair and makeup for last week's look that Khloé Kardashian did. I should have sent in a picture so they could see it, but it's okay. I will comment in the comment section below so that you could see it on my YouTube. I'm going to be putting it out tomorrow.
And it's like a video tutorial?
Yeah, so
cool.
It's going to be like a 15-second one on my Instagram, and then I'll do the full one on YouTube. So my YouTube's Let's Face It, and I'll comment below and you could see the video. It'll be out tomorrow.
I just want to say you look incredible.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. I feel like Justine turned me into Betty Boop. Like,
Yes.
I feel like I just 1940s glam. I love it. So thank you very much.
All Hollywood fashion. I
Looking
love
good.
it.
Yeah, so definitely stay tuned for that tomorrow. I'm going to be editing it all night so we can get it up for you guys. But yeah, let's get into it. So we started off and it was Khloe and her guests, Carmen Electra and Ross Matthews. So Carmen Electra, first of all, she's 43 and she looks banging.
She's 43?
Amazing,
Yes.
Wow.
Literally, she
Gorge.
looks amazing, and Ross is 36. They both look really good. So Carmen Electra, for anybody that doesn't know, which I don't know who wouldn't know who she is, she's an actress. She's known for Baywatch. She's a glamour model. She was in Playboy, and she has a new show coming out, Exile, on WeTV. And Ross, he was on... See, I didn't know this, so I looked up. He was an intern with Jay Leno.
He was an intern on Jay Leno, and he started actually like doing little comedy clips on Jay Leno when he was called Ross the Intern was his character before he did Chelsea.
That's crazy. I know
so
him
cool.
as Chelsea Handler, being a TV personality. He had his like little short-lived show. That's how I know him, and so I started doing some more research on him. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know that.
And he's also on E! News too.
And Hollywood
Yeah,
Today
he just-
Live
yeah.
now, so
It was so cool.
I love Ross, so I'm like,
Yeah, I honestly
Big
like.
fans.
I didn't know who he was very very much until I went to a taping of Chelsea lately.
You've
And
been doing taping of everybody.
Oh my gosh, but he's so funny. Like, he literally cracked me up. Like, me and my friend were like, this guy, because he's got such a high-pitched voice.
Yes.
When he came out, I was like, whoa, what?
he's such a sweet guy too.
Do you think he's like putting the voice on? I don't know how people really actually genuinely have such a high voice.
No,
That's
not really,
him.
because I've heard him like talk off camera, and
Really?
he does
He's
have
just
that.
like that.
He does that voice. Yeah, I went to the E! News.
I think
You
he's
did?
hilarious.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. But all right, so they were talking, actually, they jumped kind of into a really serious topic. They jumped into the whole OJ Simpson. You know, anybody that doesn't know, Robert Kardashian, their dad was the
defense attorney.
One of the main attorneys.
Yeah, so there's a new, is it a miniseries or a docuseries?
It's a mini.
It's a miniseries, yeah.
And it's on FX, and it's basically, you know, about the whole OJ Simpson trial. And Khloe was talking about how she has reservations of seeing it. It's just, it was kind of a really hard time for her. What do you guys think about all that?
Yeah, the people versus OJ Simpson is the name of it, and I've been watching it, and I'm just impressed with the way they're doing it. But I understand Khloe's reservations because it was a time in her life that was probably so traumatic. Just that alone, what she was going through with OJ, who was considered like her uncle.
Right.
He's like their godfather, you know, like always over for family dinners. So yeah, that alone was hard. And then Nicole also getting murdered, and it was graphic. That the show's graphic, and then also seeing your dad kind of like represented in front of you, and so I understand it. I understand
totally
her not
get
watching
it. Yeah. And I did not know the like severity of the situation. Like she was saying she couldn't even go over to her dad's house because OJ would be there, always there, and then like people would show up dressed as cops pretending like they had
that was one of
the
biggest crimes of the 20th century, pretty much. I mean, that was huge at the time.
And he said that like she said that bombs would show up at their dad's house. Like, this is scary stuff.
I wouldn't want to watch it. I think something that happened so traumatic in your life that would I don't blame her. She's probably scared.
I mean, there's a scene in the I believe it's the second episode that when OJ is before he goes on his run in his Bronco and he's suicidal and he's at the Kardashians' house and he has a gun and Robert Kardashian, David Schwimmer, is talking to him and he's like, please don't kill yourself in Kimmy's room. Turns out it's actually Khloé's room. The writers of that show put Kim in probably because she's like more of an iconic name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, hello.
So seriously, that was in Khloé's room at the time?
Yeah, that was actually Khloé's room, and there was news out there, like in Us Weekly, that she got dissed or whatever because they said Kimmy instead of Khloé. But yeah, it was actually Khloé's room.
Would you ever want to like live in a house where someone was like in a gun there, like trying to like getting ready to maybe kill themselves? That's
that's
so
what
scary.
Robert was saying even in the scene, and I'm sure in real life, was please don't kill yourself in here. This is my daughter's room. It's gonna tarnish the image of what this is forever. Yeah. And furthermore, you don't want to see your best friend. Robert and OJ were great friends for a long time. So I've been watching the series too, and it is so captivating. I just watched the 4th episode, and I was mind blown.
Me too.
I want to watch it.
You guys should watch it.
Is it on Netflix?
It's on FX, the app, though.
All right, I'm going to watch it.
What I don't understand is how are they making it a mini-series? Because, I mean, how you'd think they would just make a movie out of it because there's only so much. It's not like they can make it any more than what it was.
There's a lot that went on, and it went on for a long time, so I think that's kind of how they're really going into the story.
And I think that it's probably hard for her, too, because there's, like what you said, they switched it from Khloé to Kim's room. There's probably a lot that they're like, okay, that didn't happen, or that, they messed that up, and it's probably, it's her life, and they might be writing it maybe not exactly how it happened.
Exactly, and also the cool thing, like, they're, like how you're saying, like, how do they make so many episodes out of it? They're showing every single side of that story's angle, like from the attorneys, Rob Shapiro, to Johnny Cochran, to the LAPD, to Robert Kardashian, to the Kardashian kids, like everything. So,
and do you think it has a good, like, how does it look? Because sometimes like Lifetime movies, they're like really corny and cheesy.
It looks great. I think it looks like a movie. I think it looks like a film. And Cuba Gooding Jr. plays OJ, so I mean, can't go wrong with that.
I'm so excited. I'm seriously gonna start watching it now.
It's amazing. I highly recommend it.
Well, let's get on a more positive topic.
Khloé
Ross lost 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Looking good, Ross.
He lost 30 pounds, and I don't know, they were going on a huge thing about Khloé and weight loss and just everything, and I think they look good.
I know. Everybody's got a revenge body on there, and
yes.
I'm feeling it.
Speaking of, Khloé's actually announced her new show, Revenge Body, coming out. She hasn't announced an air date. Yeah,
I saw that.
So she hasn't announced an air date, but I don't know. I think it's probably going to be E, but what it is actually going to be a show where she takes people who have had a rough life or maybe had like trials in the past that they're trying to work through, and basically give them the best personal trainers, style,
so
give them
excited
makeovers.
for this.
Yeah, like get them in a better state of mind so they can move forward with their life and feel good about themselves and make them more confident. So I can't wait. It's like confirmed for 6 episodes, but I really hope if it does well, they'll like bring it back for more.
Yeah, that's such a brilliant idea, and
putting Khloé as the like spokesperson for it.
Totally.
Definitely.
Great move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were. I mean, this whole conversation they kind of brought in going into like being secure as a woman, and I mean even as a man, they were talking about how Carmen Electra, she kind of like wasn't cool in school or whatever, and just kind of feeling that there's a lot of pressure too. Like basically what they were talking about was that it's more acceptable. Like they started talking about like girls making out and how it's more acceptable for girls to like hook up than guys to hook up, and it kind of got into that whole like sexually weird kind of topic that they all seem to love.
They all get there. They always talk about
and
it.
how like Carmen dated a girl. What do you guys think about all that was that they talked about?
I think it was cool they were open about it and just kind of being conversing about the topic. I don't know, I liked it, and I really think no matter what you like, as long as you're happy, then go for it. You only live once. Like if you like girls, if you like guys, like guys. Like as long as you are happy, that's the biggest thing. And I think it's cool that Carmen even opened up about that. But I like her because she kind of has a crazy past and she's not afraid to talk about it. So
she has a very crazy past, and I love how like just honest and open she was, and just Khloé goes into talking about Jaden Smith, who is wearing like Louis Vuitton women's clothes and pictures, and just like how I think nowadays it's like kids are getting bullied a little less. Hopefully, I mean that's like, gosh, we hope so. But yeah, like it's kind of like making it a little bit more acceptable.
Yeah. No matter what you believe, like whichever side you're on, you should never be a bully. That is never gonna fix anything. Never.
But it's so true that I feel like it's definitely becoming more socially accepted. I mean, whether you're gay, straight, lesbian, like whatever you are, I feel like, especially like where we live, California, there's West Hollywood. It's just there's so many people that I'm just like, I feel like everyone's gay. Like not in like in a, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, oh my god, like maybe I should like try to like girls too.
Or they've tried it.
Everyone's like had. I mean, maybe not. I can't say everyone, but like so many people have had like those stories of just like, oh, I want to experiment or I want to try something out, even though you do like the opposite sex. It's like people, you hear the stories of people get drunk in college and like made out with like a girl, and it's like, no, I'm not into that.
I'm not trying to offend anyone either. Like I'm really not trying to offend anyone about everyone being gay. I'm like, do you understand? Like I do makeup, so I work with so many gay guys. So like to me, maybe that's why I feel that way. Because, like, I work with, like, all girls and gay guys, and I don't know, I just think I love it.
Okay, I have a really funny story really quick. Yeah. So, basically, when I first moved here, I'm from Missouri, so it's very conservative, like, everything's conservative. And I am this little straight boy who moves to California. And basically, my friends were like, hey, let's go out tonight. We're going to go out. So I'm like, okay, cool, let's go out. And we go to West Hollywood.
Oh, no. Did you go to the Abbey?
No, I didn't go to Abbey. But I went to some place. It was like a restaurant / bar feel. And, like, there was just so many people making out. And it was my first time, like, coming to California seeing, like, oh, my gosh, is that guy making out with a guy? Is that girl making out with a girl? And it was just weird for me, like, just because I'm not used to seeing it,
So there is no shame in nightclubs. I feel like I walk in there, I'm like, man, I love gay clubs. Are getting it on.
I'm
from New Jersey, so in New York, so it's like it's the same there as it is here. So I'm just maybe it's like when someone that's watching this that's from a smaller town probably are like, what is she talking about? But I guess I grew up in two of the most popular places where being gay and being yourself is so accepted.
I mean, I'm from like a really small town in Ohio, like near Cleveland actually, and like I lived in Miami for a while, so like I really didn't see any of that, same-sex relationships until I was in Miami. And at first I was a little like, no, not really. I mean, I didn't really see it. I didn't go out and like see it. It wasn't common.
See, I grew up with it just. That's how I grew up, is knowing it. So for me, I'm like, who wouldn't accept it? But I guess
in Missouri, it's like,
I can totally understand.
Yeah, like underground, like people who are gay there, they just like underground gay, And like, yeah, it's very rare. Like, has anyone ever told me that they were out there? But when I come here, like, I don't even like watching, a guy and a girl make out. So like it's just weird, like it's like I don't.
Are you asexual?
No, like okay, so I obviously like I'm into girls, but watching other people make out, I'm just kind of like that's kind of weird for me. So like going into a club where everyone was just like making out, I was like I gotta get out of here.
I think it's different watching people make out in person than like on a show.
On a show, I'm like, oh, this is great.
You don't like PDA, is what you're saying, like or people, like other people.
I like holding hands and like pecking and kiss, but like this whole like I'm gonna stick my tongue all the way down into your intestines. It's like
we're jumping to a topic really quick just because it goes so well with what we're talking about. Carmen Electra started talking about porn, and then her and Khloé were talking about things they like in bed and all that. So like I said, I'm jumping to it, but it just goes so perfectly with what we're saying. And I just feel like
dirty train.
Yeah. So basically, they were just talking about how Khloé said that she likes to be vocal in bed and all this stuff. Tell me, guys.
Do not look at me.
I kind of knew that when I saw an episode of Khloé and Lamar. I saw that they had a sex swing back in the day, so I was like, they like to.
She's a freak.
Yeah, they like to do some crazy stuff. But hey, more power to you.
She said she's a crystal whip next to her bed. I mean, come on. I mean, gosh.
I'm not into that whole like I don't. No, like to me that's
You're not into the 50 Shades of Grey.
No, like to me I'm just like can we just whatever happens like normally. Like why does there have to be like whips and hurting involved?
So you don't like the mask, the leather mask?
Oh my gosh, you guys.
No. Handcuffs? What about you?
What about handcuffs?
Dakota,
See no evil. See no evil.
What do you like, Dakota? Tell everybody what you like, in case anyone is interested.
All right. So basically, like, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm a virgin. Yeah, I am a virgin.
Exclusive.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive. Okay.
No?
But seriously, I'm a virgin.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
so cool.
And
Congratulations.
thank you. And
I
a lot
wish
of
I was.
a lot of people look
That's
down on me for it,
special.
but I'm honestly waiting until I get married.
Aw,
Yeah.
I love that.
Are you
You
Christian?
know what?
Yes, I'm Christian. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So I'm
something to
gonna
be
wait.
proud of because anybody can do it. And honestly, like, if it's your choice to wait, like, I totally respect that.
Thank
and
you.
there's so much temptation around you.
Yeah.
And, like, there's so much, you know, everybody does it. And that mentality
Yeah.
is easy to, like, creep into people's minds and make them do something they're not yet ready for or want to
Yeah.
save. So
Yeah, thank
I
you
can
for
help
being
you.
so open.
Yeah, I mean, I've
No,
never
like,
said that
that's-
on like live broadcast, but
No,
there you
it's
go.
good.
Look,
Because
I
I
brought
think-
it out of you.
There's a lot of people that are like waiting till marriage too, so it's like it's
Yeah,
good to hear. Like,
and I
you know.
think it's
Yes,
one of
it's
those things.
refreshing.
Like the reason I said it was because I think so many people get so like embarrassed, or they're like, you know what,
sure.
I'm not confident because I've never had sex. But you know what, like if you want to wait for that person, like some people are okay with having sex and that's fine. But like for me personally, I just want to wait and it to be special with like the one person that I choose to be with for the rest of my life.
Aw.
I want to be
that's
in love with
amazing.
this girl.
that, yeah.
I
wanna be-
could never do that, but I like respect you for
Thank
doing
you,
that.
thank you.
I could literally like never. I just. How do you have the like? I don't understand. Like,
Fathomable.
I don't understand how you don't know. Like, I genuinely want to know. Like how's the temptation?
Like, I
but
mean-
I guess you've never done it, so you don't know what
You're missing.
you're missing.
Well,
really
I mean,
though.
okay, so obviously the opportunity has presented itself more than once. Being in California, people kind of throw themselves at you. But I've always just told them, like, hey, look, this is something that I'm not ready for. Personally, like, I want to wait and only be with the woman that I want to spend the rest of my life with. So basically, I've just, honestly, the furthest I've ever gone is just making out,
Oh my
That's
god,
it.
that's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
So in your like say like your relationships, like have you had like a relationship, like conversation with like your girlfriend and say like she was like in the same boat? You
Yeah,
know, kinda?
every girl I've ever been with has been in the same boat about waiting. That's why I'm
I
so
mean,
picky.
it has to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost because that's hard.
It would kind of like break things.
And like not in a mean way, but I
eventually.
could never be with someone that would wait until marriage, just because
You're
like
all
I
right,
haven't.
Let's
so
get married.
yeah, I mean like
You're like, all right, let's get married right now.
Hey, Vegas
Let's
is
get
really
married.
close, by the way. Vegas is like a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, seriously. But
So in
yeah.
case temptation comes in.
I love it. I love that this topic came up because it's so real, and there's probably like leave comments and like let us know if you've had sex or not. That's so
That's
weird.
weird.
That is really weird. Never mind.
I do want to know though. Let me know if I'm not alone. Like,
Yeah, there we go.
That's what I meant.
I wanna
Not like,
know.
I know I worded it really weird.
yeah,
They'd be
you're like,
no.
let us know if you use that crystal whip.
But anyway, let's get back into what happened on the show, even though I really loved this conversation over here.
Thank you.
So we have Jojo. I feel like every week there's someone that I'm in love with and obsessed with. Nobody understands. I listen to her music all the time. I was just listening to her song, speaking to who she is. If nobody knows who she is, she's a singer. Her first single was Get Out, Leave.
When we opened
so
up
good.
One
today,
of those. Yeah, at 13, and she was 13 years old when she came
Yeah.
out. That she has an incredible voice, and I was just listening to that. Literally, I think today on the way home, I dropped my friend off at the airport. I was listening to that song. Like, I literally love her, and she has a crazy story because she has an incredible voice, and you look at like she never made it to where Ariana Grande is, and
Yeah.
it's like I compared them, and I'm just like, why? And she explained it.
Yeah, her story is actually really interesting, and the fact like then they go into the whole like women in the music business and like how shady it can be. But like yeah, she was pretty much in her contract, like locked into a contract with a label that wasn't putting her music out there and distributing it, and she got stuck. And like
I
she's
don't
so
get it.
super
It's
talented.
such a scary thing.
You
that-
know,
I don't
it's
get
like they
it.
own you to a
Yeah.
point. And now, I mean, she went through a lot, and she could have probably been a lot further if she was
Yeah.
with another label. But now she's signed with Atlantic Records, which is like the top of the top.
And
so,
I've been hearing about
deal.
her more and more now, so I'm like, she's back.
yeah,
like,
because
she's
I
back.
loved her too.
She was on.
I love that movie RV. I
Jimmy-
saw the movie RV. She's on that, and that's freaking
Jimmy
hilarious
Kimmel?
with Robin
She's
Williams.
on Jimmy Fallon, I
Oh.
think.
Jimmy Fallon. That's a talk show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
Meaning
you
she
meant,
got
like,
no, she got
Oh.
interviewed. Oh yeah, no.
I'm like,
I
I
think
series
think,
regular.
You know what, though? I
Like
think
that's big to be interviewed, like she
Yeah.
hasn't gone on an interview in so long.
I think this is actually good for her because everything does happen for a reason, even though if it's hard and it's awful at the time. The fact that she's older now and her voice and her talent at 13, the fact that she's older and can apply all her life lessons with her talent is
Totally.
going to make her blow up probably more now than it would have if she did the whole like teen thing.
Exactly, because another thing is she would be stereotyped. Think about it, how Miley Cyrus went from Hannah Montana to whatever she is now. Yeah. And I mean, everybody else, like growing up, you go through transitioning from a teen,
Demi
and they
Lovato,
judge you.
like a lot of people.
And they judge you like, oh, she has a tattoo.
Yeah,
now she is older and not as many people know her, except for like, some people, but so I don't think she'll get judged as much, like, oh, look at, she's singing about this, she's doing this, she has an eyebrow piercing. I don't
she
think
has like the liberty to kind of like go, like put the
she got to live.
And she got to work on an album and like really write songs and start to fall in love with music again, is what she says, like singer-songwriter type music. And I'd love to see her do like a different style and more edgy, maybe like a little more rock and singer-songwriter, because her voice is insane.
Yeah, they talk about her being, everything happens for a reason. I can understand, like, she's probably like, why are all these people just getting famous and getting all these deals and all this stuff? And it's like, they didn't get to live. Like, she got to literally be a kid. Yeah. And in reality, that benefits you in the end, because very few people turn out like okay after being a child. Or
like the media attacks them so bad,
Yeah, I'm sure she's honed her creative talents, and furthermore, she said she's 25 now, and she just got out of a long-term relationship, so that always provides like the best type of music, right?
The best writing ever comes from heartbreak. Come on.
Swift, she knows it.
I've noticed that like I've been single now for like I think it's been over a year.
Right.
But ever since this girl and I broke up, I literally feel like I'm so much more creative, and I can literally go out and like chase my dreams. And I feel like once you're separated from someone, you can really just focus on what you were meant to do and like your career and stuff like that.
Right.
I feel like I was
from
distracted.
the wrong person, because I think the right person can help you build
exactly.
but I think if you're with the wrong person, it can kind of
that was the case.
It's good to be alone sometimes and just discover yourself too, and like it helps.
Is so important,
because I know you guys are in relationships, and I know you've been with your boyfriend for 2 years now.
Yes.
So it's like, if he brings you up and makes you a better person, then that's more helpful than being, not saying that you can't be alone, but it's extra help. Like, it's like you plus.
Yeah, you need to be with a supportive person, especially like in any business, but especially the entertainment business. If someone doesn't support you and understand, it's detrimental.
And I've honestly never had a relationship with someone who is supportive of my career. They're always very hesitant. They're like, oh, you want to be an actor? You want to do this? So I'm excited. I know I'm excited to find someone who's going to like embrace me being an actor and be like, yes, go chase your dreams. And oh my gosh, you just got an audition for a TV show. Good job. Right. Not like reserved and more like,
that's how it should be.
Yeah. Right. And I haven't experienced that, but I'm excited to. It's going to be good.
Right.
Hit me up in the comment
Dakota
section.
on Instagram.
Yeah, follow me at Mr. Dakota T. Jones and put a little kissy face emoji, and I'll hit you in the DMs.
Oh boy.
Well, Khloé, she actually, I didn't get exactly what she said. I wrote down kind of what she said. It was something actually kind of big, that like, if I was to marry the same person again, I don't know, she said
that would be the ultimate dream, is what she said.
Yeah, she was basically talking about Lamar. How she's always
being very
Lamar.
careful on what she was saying, though.
But she is like
she's always been in love with him.
I know,
she's still in love with
this him. Early being in the relationship phase where she's like trying to help him out and be friends with him, you can tell she is kind of starting to let down that guard and be like, look, if that happened, that's not where I'm at right now, but if that happened, that's the ultimate dream, is that we would get back together.
Right.
So I love them together. I know he's messed up, but they were just, I know that I think he really truly loves her. Like, I think they literally are soulmates.
And they go into, in the episode, I don't want to jump ahead too much, but they go into all like pretty much praising Khloé on like how she was there for him, and even like in a relationship or not, like there's so many people that would turn their back and not be so there, and like I honestly truly believe like she's the reason he's alive.
Seriously. And like that whole conversation that they all had at the dinner table, where they were all like saying, look, you inspired a lot of people, you inspired us, because your story of like moving forward and like helping someone who's hurt you so bad in the past, that was so touching. You could see Khloé was not expecting all that love to be thrown at her. She's like, don't make this about me. Yeah.
That's so cute. Sweet. She's humble like that, and I totally want the best for both of them, because I watched their love story, on reality television, and of course I saw him sweep her off her feet, and it was so charming. I totally fell in love with their love, but seeing what they've gone through, I'm sure it's caused the two of them both a lot of strife, and I really hope that Lamar can just get fully back on his feet and find true happiness again.
Sometimes
and same with Khloé.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when something like that so tragic happens, it like really makes you have like a second awakening, and like
totally does.
And I hope the best for them.
I mean, do you guys feel like, even going back to talking about Jojo and her record deal, and now Khloé and Lamar. Like, do you guys believe in the whole phrase that everything happens for a reason?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I do.
Absolutely. And timing.
Even the bad
We were
things
talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
The thing is, I believe it 100%, but then I go back in my head and I'm like, but then why are there people that, if everything happens for a reason, why are there starving people in the world? Why do people have lost, like, mass tragedies and deaths?
Yeah.
Like, why? So then I go back and forth.
You go back and forth.
Yeah,
I know.
I understand that.
I feel like each person has their time though, because you watch so many people go through so many struggles, and you wonder, why are they going through this? And then you'll face them yourself and wonder, why am I going through this? There seems to be no reason. I'm just down and I'm out and I'm being kicked while I'm down furthermore. And
I think the main thing is, like, things happen for a reason, but then there is a point where someone will
there's
give
a
up.
silver lining too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
there's a point where
You're
someone
right.
will give up, and then their
You're
life
right.
will be like
It just goes
tragedy
down.
forever because they've
Yeah.
given up, they've lost hope, and
Right.
then that's when
Yeah.
if you lose that, there's no turning back, unless you can, like, pick
Cool,
yourself
yeah,
up again and you
you
have
do.
people who believe in you.
And that's the hardest part. I feel like that's the biggest struggle is when you're
Yeah.
down that low, just picking yourself back
Yeah.
up and finding value in every day. Like that's,
It's
the
hard.
hard part.
It is hard to sometimes like stay positive when you're so down. So it takes the strength and
Yeah, I felt like
Other
Khloé
things.
really mentioned that tonight, and I thought that was cool that they kept it super real, because every person faces that whether they talk about it or not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
Love it.
So we're getting into our next guest, who, I'm just being honest, I had no idea who she was. Jasmine Lewis, but don't worry, I'm not clueless. I looked her up and everything, okay? She's an actress, and she's best known for Barbershop series and Grandma's House. Now, did you guys know her? Because at first I literally thought she was Raven Simone. She looks so much
They
like
look
her.
related, yeah.
And they have some of the same character, like with when they speak, like characteristics. I think she's hilarious. I
I've
think
never
she's,
seen those movies. Maybe that's why I
Yeah,
don't know
I've
her.
never seen it either, and I've never been like exposed to her, but I do think she's hilarious, and she's got a great personality.
Yeah, I'm so like ashamed that I don't really know her that well, because she is like from like where I grew up pretty much, and like a small town like outside of Cleveland. But I thought it was interesting how when she came in, how Carmen Electra said that they knew each other from P, who's Prince, and I guess that was their connection. And I guess she mentioned that she was a bass player for Prince, but we all know Carmen was Prince's backup dancer. So yeah, I didn't know much about her.
I don't.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, but at least we know who she is because we like,
I know who she is now.
But she had some really great, like interesting things to say about life and being in the business for so long. So I thought she added like a really great dynamic on the show.
Yeah, no, she was great. It added diversity to the show too, which I think is always important. There's like a bunch of people on there. Now, they got in. Okay, so we already went over the whole porn thing that they talked about. We don't need to get into that again. But I'm just looking at my notes, and so a lot of the times we don't talk fully about the games, but I actually think this one game was pretty good where they put up on the TV where people would tweet them and ask them questions.
Yeah.
So I actually thought this game was good, and it's something good to talk about.
Yeah.
Because a girl asks, why does Khloé pucker her lips in every picture?
Here I am right now.
Okay, so as us three girls, I want to know from you guys and from a guy's perspective, what do you think about that whole puckering trend, and why do you think girls do it?
Okay. I have no problem starting.
I'll go.
I just feel like it is very flattering to a woman's face when you do that angle, like every time, even with holding the camera just at the right height, It just is very flattering. It does contour your cheeks.
Yeah.
It does make your lips look luscious, and it shows off your beautiful chapstick or lip gloss, whatever you've got going on. And furthermore, I just feel like girls are so about looking at what other girls are doing big in the industry, and if one beautiful girl does it or one icon does it, then a lot of girls will follow suit.
So
doing your makeup today.
Yeah, doing my makeup today. You're taking the pictures afterwards. You're like, do the Khloé pout. But I've been accused of this. I've been doing it for years. I kind of stopped as much, but the pout,
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like, it's a flattering angle. It does like elongate your face. It makes your lips more accentuated. And I read an article. This is so embarrassing. I read an article like a couple years ago. It was like how to pose on the red carpet. Like I was like, it was very interesting. And they were saying like, to pout your lips a little bit more to make your face look a certain way and a certain angle. I have a certain angle and all that. And it's like almost Yeah. So I totally understand.
I love it. I personally I get caught doing it myself sometimes. My
I've
dad.
seen a few of Dakota's pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad's always like, Dakota, like, stop pouting your lips. That's kind of like a girl thing. And I'll be like, Dad, come on.
Don't restrict me.
Yeah, there's like the angle, you know, and you gotta like get it, and you know.
Yeah.
But I personally love it when girls do that. I find it very attractive. I mean, look at like Kylie's lip kits, all the photos from that. Everyone's like pouting
Sold
their
out,
lips.
yeah.
I like it, but I think that it's way too overdone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
too
it's
much.
cute to do like a little pout, but even Khloé, like that's ridiculous. Like it was literally like
Yeah.
this is like crazy.
It's like orangutan.
And especially when you have big lips to begin with, why do you need to make them even bigger?
Right. I like how Ross challenged her to the six
Six
selfie
photos
challenge. Yeah,
without
like where
it.
she
I
can't do
love it.
I'm
What
like,
did you-
that'll be
Like I
good.
feel like I don't have super big lips, so like I feel like I could get away with doing it a little more. But some people that have extremely big lips, I'm like,
Well-
you look really dumb. You look like you're really trying too hard.
I think
Yeah.
you need to put out an Instagram little video on how to make your lips look bigger with makeup instead of the little pout. The
Yeah,
little
or
duck
instead of
pout.
that little
Do it.
challenge that people were doing, that dangerous little
Oh,
Kylie
or
challenge.
like the suction thing.
Yeah.
Does that even stay?
No.
It doesn't last, but it is
caused-
a very scary temporary
And it's
result.
actually caused like a lot of temporary or not temporary, some of people have gotten very permanent nerve damage done to their
Really?
lips, where
I
their
don't
lips
know.
won't ever go back, and some of them had to have surgery
about this.
to get their freaking lips go back. Yeah, like when they did the shot glass, some of them would do it too much, and they would literally like the lip would just like
fold out,
fall
yeah.
down, and like they had permanent nerve damage.
Ew.
And
No,
then
thank
other
you.
people would like cut their lip all the way open because the shot glass would shatter, and it would literally like cut their lip to way up here, and they had like skin like hanging out.
And then
That's
you-
why I was so happy Kylie admitted that she had fillers, because I felt like that really showed the younger people, you don't need to be doing that. That's not how I achieve these results. So
That's
that's not
so
safe,
scary.
you
Like
know?
as soon as that was going on, Kylie was like, "All right, fine, I had lip fillers." Like,
Yeah, like calm down, people.
Yeah.
Get away from the shot
Jesus.
glass.
And she
Yeah.
also does like with her lip kit, her lip, the way she does her lips like makes them look. She talks about that, how that makes them look bigger too.
yeah, she
so.
like overdraws them a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, but I mean, the other ones weren't really as interesting. Ross basically, someone tweeted him and asked if he would be coming out with a cookbook, and he already has a best-selling book.
Yeah.
So that was that. Jojo, they asked, what do you like to do in your spare time? And she likes to explore, cook, hang with friends, you know, the usual. But, oh, and Jasmine, they asked if she represents Cleveland.
She's
and
like,
she
"Of
said,
course I do."
Yeah.
Cleveland.
She like did the little hand thing, you know, with the
Cleveland,
I don't know.
over here in the house.
Cleveland.
And then Carmen, they asked, do you ever wear granny panties? And then she said, okay, I was
She's so
confused
funny.
by this. Sexy granny panties. But I'm confused. Like, isn't that like
That's not a
booty
thing.
shorts?
Yeah,
That's not a
she-
thing.
She means like the little, like little
The
booty
lacy,
shorts that like
uh-huh.
you pull up that like make your butt look lifted, not like full
That's
on
not
granny.
granny
No,
panties.
they are for Carmen Electra. Those are her granny panties.
Yeah.
Do you guys own granny panties or Carmen Electra granny panties?
Not full blown, like nothing super crazy, but I have nothing against granny panties. Like, hey, if they're comfortable and you're on a day off or you've got a laundry day, like rock your granny panties.
Hashtag
and
rock the granny
an
panties.
uncomfortable day.
I think
as all
that's
us women know.
comfortable. Like,
Yeah.
for me, I like the booty shorts because
Yeah.
like they're like the other like they sit weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the
That's
booty
weird.
shorts.
Like, I'm so glad that I can just wear those comfortable boxers. Like, those are considered like girl granny panties, you know, because they're like the baggier ones. And
Right.
I love just having something that just like, but I don't like the ones that are like, I don't like the ones that are like the clothy
Like
ones.
tighty
I like the
whities?
ones that go whoop. Like they just kind of like suck everything in
on
a
in
little
there.
bit, keep it, you know, like together.
You can go running, no problem.
You don't want anything popping out.
I mean, honestly,
Oh god.
I mean,
help us.
I'll be 100% real right now. Like, jeans are a different story, but like, I go commando like all the time.
Ooh,
That's not bad.
I can't. No, can't do it.
Like,
I'm right, I'm
certain
right there
outfits
with
warranted.
you.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, like I know people may not admit it, but it's so much more
Most of the time I do.
comfortable.
It
See,
is.
like,
Like
I
all
can't-
the time. Sorry, everyone.
I can't
That's-
even stand it. Like when I get out of the shower, the first thing I do is I just put on clothes. Like being naked
I feel
is
like
just weird
sometimes,
for
like,
me.
especially with certain outfits, I think especially with certain outfits, like for girls, like panties are so like binding and like they leave lines and like I don't
Yes,
know. Sometimes
like a
I'm like
slinky
no.
dress, like can't do.
But it
panties
sucks is
usually.
when you're wearing a dress, you really should be wearing underwear, but then you can see the line and you're like,
Or you
Yeah.
can get that super like silky kind that kind of hides. But yeah, it's.
but I
all
want
about
my ass
finding
to
a good
look
brand.
good, so I don't want to conceal it with underwear.
Exactly.
The struggle is real.
struggle
Struggle
is real.
really freaking real, guys. So, I mean, the next topic we already talked about Carmen, like she hated public speaking and she like wasn't really cool in high school. Khloé overcoming tough times with her life with Lamar, and they talked about a relationship. So, I mean, was there anything we left out when it comes to her and Lamar?
I don't think so. I'm pretty.
No.
We kind of
I
like.
don't think so. No.
Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I was thinking back to Carmen. Like I liked what she was saying towards the end. Just like how if you have a passion, like it's so important just to get over your fears and do it.
Yeah.
And that message she put out there to everyone, I thought was just. Great.
I love
Yeah, that was,
It was, like, very
I forgot
empowering.
about that. Yeah, she did say that. I think it's so true because especially in this world, everyone wants to succeed and everyone always brings everyone down. So you know, naturally, every day I struggle. You know, every single day it's like, am I going to succeed with what? Not even just being who you are and
normal.
living your life, and it's like it's really hard. I feel like it's getting even harder.
I feel like it's the trying 20s. That's what I heard it called, and I never forgot it since. I was like, yeah, okay, so the 30s, it must be like smooth sailing. I'm
Guys,
really
I
it's
just
not.
last.
It's not.
I
hate
just
to break
last
it to you,
week.
right?
Last week I just turned 20.
Oh my god.
I am
You're
officially
so young.
not
Wow.
a teenager anymore.
Oh my God, you're a baby.
Oh,
I feel-
and of course, like, okay, because I
happy
didn't know
belated
if you were
birthday.
our age. I was like 24. I'm 25, and
Okay,
then
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know how long. And I'm like, oh my god, you were only just turned 20, and you like haven't slept. Like,
No.
you're good.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
Like you have time. You're good.
Yeah.
Do you want to get married soon though? Just so you can
Honestly, you know,
experience
I was thinking. Oh, I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm like, you know what? My parents. I'm kind of having like this midlife crisis right now because my parents got married at 20, and had me when they were 25. So like I'm feeling weird. I'm feeling like I should be like more advanced and like in a relationship. But I've also thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? My time will come. I'm just gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna like
You
work
have
towards
to.
my career,
Yes.
and then I can have.
exactly. And then
wife.
it's that much better. And also the times were different. You have to remind yourself.
Oh my gosh, totally. I'm
Timing is-
26 and I feel the same. Like,
Timing is everything. Me and Layla were talking about it when I was doing her hair and makeup. It literally is everything. I mean, we could go on and on about
Yeah.
stories, but it's all about timing and becoming a person. And I look back, and you know, my whole life I was always single, so I would look back, and when I was your age, when I was 18, 19, 20, I was like, why am I always single? I don't have anyone. And now I look back and I'm like, oh my god, like no wonder why I didn't have anyone. Like I was psychotic, like not legitimately, but I was just all over the place. Like I would party,
Yeah,
and
it's
like
like
I didn't know
you
myself.
were like in the right, exactly. You don't know yourself, and you're not really like in the right place to be in a relationship. So you do have to like learn that,
Yeah.
and then bring that to.
Now I
another-
look back on it
You
and
know,
realize-
You know,
exactly the time you don't.
I'm a lot to handle though, cause like I have all these things going on, and like, I mean, I don't blame it sometimes that I'm single, cause I'm like, dude, like I wouldn't want to date me, like. I have so many things
You
going
have to
on in my
make-
life. I'm so
I
busy.
understand.
You have to make sure that you date a girl that likes the
also-
Kardashians just as much as you, or
Yeah.
even more.
Otherwise-
Because that would be a problem.
I will. That was a problem in the last
She
one.
is right about that. And you
Look at-
also, we're giving all this dating advice. You also should find a girl that's as busy as you are.
Yeah.
That will
Very
help.
true.
Like if I had a guy that liked the Kardashians more than me, there's nothing against you. I just wouldn't be able to do it because I'd be
See,
like,
yeah.
I deal with like I'm always Kardashian, but then I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah,
so much
the last
Kardashian.
one couldn't deal with the fact that I was always going to all these events with all these like women who were a little bit more free with themselves than you know she was, and she didn't
Curvilicious
like that I
over
was
there.
looking at that, and I get it, but like you know it's part of the entertainment industry, and I have to be like involved in some of these things, and so yeah, it's interesting to see if I'll end up finding happiness in the end.
No, I mean totally. But before
Hopefully.
we get into news and gossip, I just wanted to ask you, how do you handle, you know, because you were saying before that. How do you handle stereotypes? Like, you know, because you do love the Kardashians, you do love things that,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like are kind of more like that women tend to like. So how do you deal with like people that stereotype you, or
Oh,
how do
yeah.
you explain to people?
I have been stereotyped my whole life, and it's so funny because when I was really little, you know, and then going up in school, and like I was on off Broadway for 8 months on Peter Pan, so like
Oh.
everyone always
Wow.
assumed, oh, this little theater boy, you know, he likes this and that, he must be gay, and my whole life I've been stereotyped as that. And then finally in high school, I think my sophomore year, I got like a very serious girlfriend, and everyone was like, what? And I was like, that's right.
You
like,
know what though? Like I grew up doing theater too, and
Yeah.
I knew so many guys that were like, I felt so bad for them. They were totally picked on, like being like the same way you were, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, they're like
Yeah.
girls.
And you know what? Finally, after a point, I was like, you know what? I know what I am. You know, like I can, you know, like just let my life speak for itself. And like
Exactly.
anyone who knows me knows that I am absolutely girl crazy. So it's like,
And you got to go for somebody that likes you for you.
Yeah.
So that's what you want ultimately.
Yep.
Not like I'm a dating expert at all. But
This is the love advice panel.
yeah.
I mean, I know that you're girl crazy because you've looked at my tits a few times. So.
Oh.
No, because last week you said
snap.
that, and this week I'm like, it's okay, it's
Oh
out
my
for
God.
a reason.
He's gonna turn red now.
I'm so sorry, but last week you were wearing something, and I noticed. I watched it back, and I was like, am I looking at her?
Oh,
you
I'm
little
just kidding.
temptress.
I'm just kidding. That's no. That's I'm saying it's, that's what
backs
guys
it
that
up.
are straight do. It's okay. I mean, if I wear a shirt like this, I can't be mad about it. Like, I'm wearing it.
True.
You know?
They're just kind of there.
Sorry, guys. Okay, anyways, let's get into news and gossip.
You're like, all right.
TV News.
All right, guys, we have a lot to talk about today. The first picture that we have is Kim finally, after all these months, posted the very first photo of Saint West. It was on her app. She posted it on her app.
I was like, that's like a...
Yeah, posted it on her app for everyone to see, and now it's on Twitter. So cute.
What a cutie.
An angelic little face. I don't know how this thing was the product of Kanye, because
Really though.
like Kanye
Oh my
is.
gosh, he looks like the spitting image of Kanye.
Oh,
What are you
but it's a
talking
cute
about?
Kanye. Like this kid.
I
Is,
think
Damn.
so. I think just because he has dark skin.
this kid is.
I think
more
it's
like
baby.
Kanye, but I don't
Like, I love their
So cute.
children. Honestly,
Nor-
they make beautiful babies.
Northwest is such a cutie, so that doesn't surprise me.
For sure. And then we actually have U.S. Magazine says that we have the next photo here that Kim asked Kanye to get therapy after his Twitter rants. I don't know if this is real or not, but I hope it is.
I'm saying it's not real, but
I'm saying not.
I mean, she does. If she doesn't go that far as telling him he needs therapy, she does need to have a little talk with him because
Yeah.
it's making her not look the greatest as well.
No,
Right.
definitely not. And then the next one we have a little Rob Kardashian here with Black China.
Oh, Lord.
I'm not really
my
sure
God.
where that picture was from, but he is causing a lot of controversy on his Instagram account right now because he says on one of his pictures, and I quote, if the explicitive is good, but your family doesn't like her, screw your family, leave your family, and become an orphan.
Oh my god.
So
Where are you
basically,
reading that from?
this was from his Instagram.
You just like memorized that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was like, where are you
No,
looking?
yeah. He literally like said, my
Well-
family doesn't like her. Forget them. I'm
on-
becoming an orphan.
yeah, I mean,
I'm just looking
It's-
on now because
well, Kanye.
It's this one.
Yeah, Kanye calls out the two of them in a song, on his new album, On the Life of Pablo, and it said Rob isn't even phased a bit. He doesn't really seem to care. Like, Black China's, like, good influence
Yeah.
on him is what he thinks. And I didn't realize so much that Black China has been around their family
Oh,
for
I
a
know.
while. Like, I read an article in Us Weekly, and she was, like, on Keeping Up with the Kardashians years ago with Kim
Oh, I
when
know.
Kim took, like, a stripper class. or
Now they
something.
like hate each
Yeah.
other. But
now
the
that
next,
I'm looking at his Instagram
Yeah.
really quick, and there's stuff all about her, and
Wow.
and he actually
Yeah,
just
he's all about it.
with Kris Jenner's help, he bought this new house. Let's see, it was like $2.3 million, and so it's in the gated community that Kim's, Kourtney's, Kylie's, all their houses are in.
Oh,
And he's
wow.
just trying to move out, become more independent. I'm sure that Black China's always there.
I wonder who's paying for that.
I don't know, but I did see Black China
Obviously not him. He doesn't do anything. Like,
He
Well,
has his
I read-
sock line.
I read
That's true.
I read something that like
Yeah.
Black China's like convincing him to be a mogul or something. Like
Yeah.
she's bringing up this like mogul business side
I'm
in
sure
him.
he
Yeah.
has a source
He
of
has.
income.
I mean, he has it. He has it in him. I mean, like
Yeah.
his family, his dad. Come on, but yeah, he needs. I don't know.
What do you guys think of this photo? This is Kylie's new color.
Love it.
She
It's-
looks
so
gorgeous.
It's called King Kylie. It's gonna be her.
I need that color in
I
my
know.
I
life.
know.
It's dropping in like a few days. She hasn't announced it yet, but it's less than a week away.
It's the color
like
that I
an
wear a lot.
orange red hue.
We should
it
really.
looks like Max.
Yes.
Feels so grand.
No, I say it
her
looks-
new liquid lipstick.
We should try to like.
Oh.
We should try to like log on, and get one, and like do some kind of
Looks
thing
like
through
Lady
the show.
Danger on Mac.
I would love to. It's like
Yes.
almost impossible to get those though.
I know.
That's like my.
I tried
That's
so
my
much.
color. That red.
I
love
know,
it.
it looks
It's
so
awesome.
good. That picture had more than 1.7 million likes
Really?
when I saw it. I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
wow, that thing
And
is going to be off the shelves
I don't
in
think.
a matter of minutes.
I don't think Kylie even posted it. It was Kylie Cosmetics. So the fact that like so many
It was
people
like
went
a
on her
repost,
page.
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So when
That's
did you say
impressive.
that was coming out again?
Apparently, she said it's going to be out in less than a week. So I'm thinking maybe anywhere from tomorrow to like the next 3 days it'll come out. But she's very secretive, and then she just drops it. Yeah. Kind of like Beyonce's album. You never know.
You never know. Well, is there any other news and gossip you guys want to add to that?
There definitely
we
is.
good?
I'll add a little. So Khloé brought up her recent breakup with James Harden,
Yeah.
of course, and she mentioned their whole conversation, and she kind of talked about it on the show tonight. She said, I just don't want to put up with people that you want to be monogamous with and then you're not monogamous. I've always said it's long distance and we don't need to be monogamous. There's a lot of going on in both of our lives. You live in Houston, I live in LA. Like, let's see each other when we see each other. What girl says that? Why would you say, okay, that's great? And basically, so he went along with it, wanted to be monogamous. And then she goes on to say that he cheated, allegedly, saying,
And she-
nope, he sought me out, he wanted to be committed, then wasn't committed. So Coco had to let him go. It's literally everything on a platter. I'm not telling you that I'm going to hang out with you. So I was like, great, this guy's in it for the long haul, let's do it. Found out that he wasn't, and I got the receipts to prove it.
Ooh. I think
So-
after she's done this whole thing with Lamar for so long, like him going back and forth cheating with her, I don't blame her. Like if someone is showing infidelity that soon in the relationship,
No.
they gotta go.
No
Keep it
tolerance,
moving,
no
yeah.
tolerance
I
for
had
that.
high hopes for them. I like James Harden. He's a killer basketball player. Honestly, I play NBA 2K from time to time with my boyfriend, and I swear when you do the 3-pointers with him, it's like swoosh, swoosh. I'm like killing it. I'm like
Killing
going
it.
up and down the court.
Chloe and Lamar all day, every day for
Yes.
me. You know, I just say every day.
I'm hoping they can figure it out.
I'm Team Khloé and Lamar too.
Yes.
Well, Team Chloe and Lamar, we'll leave it at that. So thank you guys so much for watching the Cocktails with Khloe AfterBuzz. Cocktails with Khloe on AfterBuzz, if that made any sense. So tell us where we can find you guys.
I am Dakota T. Jones. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
And you can find me on Instagram or Twitter at Laila Sandry.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz.
I love how you say _Benitz whenever you
I
say
know,
Yes,
And
it's
you
my,
can find
like,
me on
slang.
Twitter at Justine DiVanna 3. So whoever's not watching, just listening, DIVANNA. On Instagram at Let's Face It with Justine. I'm gonna comment below. My YouTube is Let's Face It. I'm gonna be having a tutorial on Chloe's look on the show last week with Miss Laila.
Yes.
So that's gonna be out tomorrow. So yeah, until next week.
Bye,
Good night.
guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.